Yo, what's good people? So I have a rank for Dracula here on the CCP beta. I know so many people are hyped for this champion, they've been waiting for him for such a long time, but I regret to inform you, he's kind of balls. In fact, he's pretty goddamn ass. He's not like the worst champion in the entire game or anything, but my god, he is lacking. There's many problems with this guy, which I'm sad about because he has a pretty unique playstyle, a pretty unique ability list. So let's talk a bit about him. His best matchup by far is Deathless Thanos, and he actually does do this matchup pretty well. This is under 60 seconds. Basically, Dracula has a super easy access to slow on his special one. On activation of it, you'll apply a passive slow for 40 seconds, which is very nice, lasts a long time, and it's really easy to access. And of course, having this slow makes him a great Deathless Thanos counter because his main threat on defense is his unstoppable. He just doesn't really counter any of the super meta defenders in the Cosmic class right now, which is a big problem being a Mystic champion. Like, I can't imagine any Battlegrounds players will want to run him in their deck because he doesn't counter Serpent, he doesn't counter Dark Phoenix, and he's pretty goddamn slow. His damage isn't like, oh my god, it's so bad, please buff right now, but it's pretty goddamn mid. He's pretty slow. He does have some nice utility. Basically, the way he works is his damage source is degeneration. When you intercept with a light attack or interrupt any of your opponent's attack with a light attack or use your heavy attack, the degeneration you apply on your opponent will become dire. You apply a degeneration at the start of the match for 666 seconds, and yeah, whenever it turns dire, it's paused. When you use your special 2, it will become like super dire. But the damage of this degeneration, even when it becomes like super dire off the special 2, is just kind of mid, bro. Like, it's really underwhelming. He would be such a versatile, good champion with just a bit of extra damage, man. But yeah, so far from my testing, it's just been underwhelming. We have a Serpent here, and you'll see for like the first 75% of this Serpent match, it goes pretty well. But like, he just won't die, bro. And Serpent, he may have a lot of resistances. He doesn't have any resistances to degeneration though. So you'd think Dracula would be a solid counter, solid enough to him, right? But nah fam, this is complete arse. He takes so long in this match. I actually end up eating a special 3 at the end of this, which yes, I could have avoided. But even if I did avoid it, the match would have took like 1 minute 50. So you ain't using this guy in Battlegrounds. And whilst his utility is pretty cool, you know, he has regeneration of his special attacks, easy access to slow, and his damage source is degeneration. All that's cool and all, but like, it doesn't counter anything, bro. Like, he doesn't really counter basically any defenders apart from like Deathless Thanos and I guess Maestro, but there's so many better Maestro counters than this guy. I can't even see him being useful for war. He does have an invisibility mechanic, which you'd think the invisibility mechanic would be important. Not really. When you hit your opponent's block, you'll go invisible, and you can use this to land a light attack and turn your degeneration dire. But yeah, I wish like if you threw your special 2 whilst you're invisible or something, you know, you got a bit of extra damage out of that. But no, bro. Now we have this Dark Phoenix, and you'll see the first Dark Phoenix match here actually went really well, but it won't go this well because the only reason this match went well is because I'm running the Assassin Mastery and it conveniently turned off Dark Phoenix's death immunity. This was the first time I actually tried this match and I was like, oh, does this guy counter Dark Phoenix? So I had to go back and read his abilities and I was like, oh, no, he doesn't counter Dark Phoenix. It must have been the Assassin Mastery. So yeah, that looks pretty good there. And if he did actually counter Dark Phoenix's immortality, he would be a pretty decent counter for her. But he doesn't, bro! He doesn't. He got saved by the mastery. I got bamboozled. This is how the matchup would actually go 99% of the time. You're gonna make her go immortal, and you're gonna take a shit ton of damage. So yeah, this guy needs a buff, man. Honestly, not only does he need a damage buff, a way to counter some more defenders, some more utility would be fantastic. Let him remove Dark Phoenix's immortality, let him counter Serpent, just something, bro. Let him actually counter a goddamn tricky cosmic defender at the very least. Because at the moment, the only piece of utility that actually lets him counter defenders is the slow. So yeah, I'm pretty disappointed with this guy. I can't imagine many people are going to wail for him. So I can't imagine Kabam's happy. Here we have a Terrax, but like, bro, Terrax is the most ideal of ideal matchups for this guy, because Terrax has super aggressive AI, so you can just constantly intercept, keep your degeneration dire the entire match, and stay super aggressive. So this is like the best case scenario, and it is pretty good, you know, 30-second fight. But like a 6-star abs man could do this, bro. So you're about to wail for Dracula just to do something a 6-star abs man could do? I think not. This guy's gonna get buffed. I can't see a way where Kabam, like, you know, don't buff this guy. Here we have a Zola, because you'd think he'd be a pretty good counter for Zola. Being able to go invisible, so you can phase a hit and counter with a heavy attack. But this matchup is so slow, bro. It almost put me to sleep playing this shit. Like, come on, my guy. Do they even test the new characters? Because someone must have tested this guy and been like, oh, the damage seems a little off here. Like, surely, even if he just had decent damage, like, that'd be much better. But it's so mid, bro. Like, it's not even like, it's just bad. Why? Did they release this guy just so they could rebalance him 4 months down the line or something? But yeah, he would be a good Zola counter, but he's not. I pushed Zola to a special 2 there, so I'm taking some disintegration damage. But like, if I was baiting special 1s, this match would take even longer than it already does. So excuse me for trying to speed up the match a bit, because my eyes were getting closed playing this match. So yeah, don't buy this guy. Hopefully he gets buffed before he's added to the Titan Crystal. I mean, 1 minute away isn't that bad of a time, but keep in mind, bro, every single fight in this video is like with the perfect AI, because you do have to intercept a bunch with Dracula to get the most damage out of him, because, you know, when you intercept with your light attack, that's when your degeneration turns dire. So yeah, not only is his damage mid, he has a risky playstyle, and he doesn't have anything to justify it. He doesn't even have like an Infuriate or anything to turn the AI more aggressive. He does have the invisibility, like I mentioned, but the way you activate this invisibility is quite annoying. You have to like hit your opponent's block to activate it. So I wish you could like maybe double tap the screen to activate it. That would be pretty baller. But no, we gotta hit his block. And here we have a Sentinel. But I'm really not sure what else there is to say about this guy. He's lacking in both utility and damage. I'm really surprised they didn't make him stronger, because I know a lot of people were hyped for Dracula. It's Halloween, like, yeah, I just don't understand why they've done this. I really don't. I can't tell you, bro. I think he's a high prestige champion, so maybe they're just banking on the fact that people are going to want him for prestige. And this guy is actually metal. Why is he metal? So you can't shrug off Onslaught's neuroshocks. Like, why is he metal? Because of his sword. I thought the rule in this game was if you can drop your metal, you're not classed as metal. You can drop a sword, bro. It's not attached to his hand. So why is he metal, my guy? Why? So he's not even a good counter for Onslaught, really, because if you get really bad Neuroshock RNG, you're going to take a bunch of damage. One thing I will say about Dracula is his regeneration of his special attacks is pretty nice, but you only regen like 3 or 4% each special attack. You know, it's nothing like crazy. It's nothing like game changing. It's like Diablo, but Diablo's a far better champion than this guy. Diablo actually counters Serpent and Dark Phoenix, did you know? This guy definitely doesn't. So, yeah. Please buff Dracula. The Prince of Bulls. The Lord of Arse. The Midas Mystic of 2025 and 2024 and probably 2023 as well. We have a Weapon X here, and again, most ideal matchup for this guy because Weapon X also has insanely aggressive AI. But even this fight wasn't fast, bro. This still took like a goddamn minute. Like, I'm genuinely just running out of ways to call this guy bad. I'm so disappointed with him, and I just don't understand. Like, did they not test him? Because, like, if you just played this guy for a minute, you'd see that he's very underwhelming, and he doesn't really counter anyone. So I don't get how he's released in the state that he is. And even his abilities, you know, most champions have, like, a long-ass list of abilities. Nah, this guy has, like, a few techs compared to most champions. So I probably should have seen this coming. But yeah, Weapon X is going unstoppable there because I activated the miss. Luckily, I didn't get clapped in the face though, so that is pretty baller. What's the next fight? Okay, now we're seeing if he's any good on defense. And to be fair, he does seem like a low-key annoying defender, but I feel like people will figure out how to fight him within a week. He's got an annoying special 1. His special 2 is a tiny bit annoying, but it's not that hard to learn the dex on the special 2. Honestly, the special 1 is way more annoying, and when you parry this guy, he goes invisible. All you gotta do is hit into his invisibility and then it will go on cooldown. So I do think he'll be somewhat of an annoying defender, but he's not good enough of a defender for you to rank him solely for defense. He'd be a good dual threat if he was actually good on attack. But yeah, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed me calling Dracula bulls for 10 minutes, leave a like. All that stuff. This is probably going to be my last video for a while, like a week or two, because I'm tired, bro, and I have shit to do. So yeah, that's it from me. See you all in the next video or the next live stream, whichever comes first, my guy. I don't know. See you all later.